Hello everyone, let me just move out of the sunshine. Time for update number 3. As you all may know, I'm putting a pond in my back garden and I'm doing a raised decking area as well. I got on with the framing for the decking. I had my wood delivery, as you can see there. Please ignore my sexy body. I had the timber delivered, and I know there's loads of people going to be saying that's the wrong timber, you shouldn't be using that, but for the decking alone I was quoted about £5,000, and considering I'm doing this on the cheap and I'm doing it properly, well, as properly as can be, I think it's going to be pretty sound for a good few years. But anyways, let me just flip you around so I can show you what I'm talking about. So you can see that the frame is standing up against my shed. Why is it standing there, I hear you say? Well, I made a massive fucking boo-boo. I put a tarp down, a 10x10 tarp, and then I put the decking onto the framing on top of it, and I started building the frame, and I was all happy till it rained a couple of days ago. And that's when I seen the water gathering on top of the tarp that I've put down, and I was hoping that the water would soak through and the plants wouldn't come through the tarp. But no, the water sat on top of the tarp because it's a waterproof tarpaulin. Didn't fucking see that one, did I? And the water was staying on top, and I thought to myself, if the water is staying on top of there, then it's going to evaporate and get soaked up by the wood, even though the timber is nowhere near it. It's a good 8 inches away. I still couldn't take that chance. So what I've done is I've ordered some proper weed membrane. Is it gardening weed membrane? Lets the moisture through, but doesn't let the plants through. So I've ordered some of that, and I've got a bunch of that coming next week. And it's going to go all over there, all up the back there, and all around the back there as well, to stop any plants or anything. And I'm going to peg it right up to the edge, and all the way around. What's that line there, I hear you say? Fucking hell. That line there is my second boo-boo I made. I started making the framing on the lawn there, or on the weed patch as I call it. It's not a freaking lawn, it's a weed patch. And then I realised I hadn't put the drain in for the excess water. As you can see, the pond is recessed into the ground, right? And when I'm finished, there's going to be a little brick wall going along there, and a little brick wall along there, and then that will get backfilled with soil. That one will get backfilled with soil, leaving a cavity there. But the cavity is lower than the actual lawn, so the water collects inside the cavity, and that is what I've just done. I'm not sure if you can see it. If I zoom in, see that little white thing there? Right there? That is a piece of 1-inch PVC pipe, and I know that some people may say, oh, that's not big enough, it's not wide enough, it's not going to do the job properly. I've just tested it for what I needed to do, and it works fucking wonders. So I'm well happy, and that is what that trough is there. I had to dig down 8 inches this end, 12 inches that end, and it's given me a nice little run. And if I go all the way over here, you can see it poking its head out there, and I've left it overhanging so that when it does drip out, it doesn't drip on the wall and run down the wall and eventually ruin my wall. But that's my update. I've got the weed membrane coming next week. I've got decking coming either next week or the week after, decking boards, which again are relatively cheap. I found a nice cheap place to do the decking boards, and they look really good quality as well. And we're going to spin you around because I want to talk a little bit more about what I'm doing. So as you know, I'm doing decking here, and then it'll be all the way up to halfway to the pond, because the decking is quite high. I think it's 8 inches, is it? 8 inches? So that's, and then you've got the height of the bricks as well. So there'll be a step here where you can step onto the lower part, and then you'll step up a step and walk along. The wall will only be 1 metre high, and it's coming all the way down. It's not a brick wall, by the way, it's a fence wall with bamboo and decking on the outer, like a framework and stuff, and it's going to be all pretty and stuff. And then there'll be a wall here, and there'll be a a wall here, so it'll be level with the pond, top of the pond here, and there'll be a shelf going all the way across and then all the way along, and that's going to be held in place by some, God, what are they called, A-frames out of CLS timber, or 45-degree frames. It's basically a piece of wood that goes from that joist there in the pond all the way up to the fence, and then a piece going across and a piece going down, and that's going to keep it all steady and secure. I'm going to screw into the fence because nobody's moving the fence, and I'm going to screw into that support beam there because I know there's a bit of wood in that support beam, so I know I'll be safe to drill in that as long as I don't go through it. If I go into it, I'm fine, but if I go through it, I'm fucked. And I'm going to do the same all the way around. And there'll be a shelf here running across. I may put the blade shower back in. I'm still debating on that. I don't know what to do about that yet. But the backy shower is going to go here. Right? The backy shower is going to go here. And the idea is water comes in the pond, circulates round, and goes back out the skimmer or back out the sump. You can see the sump down there, and the skimmer's just leaning over to one side there. But I may put the blade in. I'm still debating on that, still 50-50 on it. See how pretty it looks. Now let me just spin you around again. We took the pond out, so we could because in the comments of my last video, someone said that the weight of the water in the pond would sink the bricks, and I knew that, and I knew I thank you very much for that comment, but I knew that was going to happen. So what I did to try and prevent it as much as I can, and it's still going to happen no matter what, is we took the pond out, we lifted it up, me and my little lad, he's only 8 years old for God's sake, and he gave it his all, screaming and pushing, trying to get this pond up in the air with me. But we got it up on some 4x4s. We slid it across the garden, over the path, and then what we did is we brought a load of soil, must have been about 1.5 tons, and what we did is we backfilled the hole, tamped it down as much as we could in between the bricks, put some more in, and then tamped it down again. And now it's all pretty solid. I've jumped in the pond itself. It's all pretty solid. I'm still expecting it to sink a little bit, but here's the kicker. When we tamped it down and we put it all back in, and we made sure all the supports and everything were in the right place, and we put it back. Let's just see if I can get this. We put it all back, and I got the trusty old spirit level. Please, still, look at that. It's bloody perfect. It's perfect that way. And if I go around here, hopefully I don't fall in this hole. It's perfect that way as well. Now, whether it stays like that when I fill it up with the water, I don't know. But I'm chuffed a bit with how it's going so far. Yes, I made a boo-boo with the decking and the membrane and the drain. Yes, that was my fault. That's what I do. Everybody makes boo-boos. Everybody makes mistakes. But it's going to look so nice when it's done. We've just been given a porch swing, gazebo swing, whatever you want to call it, off the wife's mum. And when the decking's done, it's going to go there. Because there'll be a metre-high wall off the decking, which will bring it up to there. That'll be the top of the wall, and then that's going to run around to there, and then it's going to run around to the edge of the decking, which is on this flagstone here, and then it's going to drop down to about 0.5 metre off the decking, and then it's going to come along to here to about there, if I'm correct, where that line is there in that flagstone there. And then that's where your step will be, so you can step up on the lower part and then step up on the higher part, and then off you go down and sit on there. And what you're going to be able to do is you'll be able to walk down here on the decking, sit on the porch swing. The sun comes up from up there in the summer, it comes up and it goes all the way around and it stays over you. As you can see, it's just over there now, and then you'll just be able to listen to the waterfall, feed the fishies, and just genuinely enjoy it. Because I mean, it's a building site at the minute, but by God, when you come up them steps and you turn the corner to go on the decking, it's going to be like you're in a completely different world. I can visualise it in my head, I can visualise myself coming up the garden path, you know, seeing the dog's toilet, seeing the other bloody area that I've got to try and figure out what to do with, turning around, walking on the step, and because that wall is going to be there, the fence, if you call it that, the fence wall, the wooden wall, and it's going to come all the way to it. It's genuinely going to be like you're in a completely different world. I'm going to get the wife to get some decorations to go along the shelf there. Get some decorations, maybe some potted plants or whatever to go along there. It'll come along here, right, and then it'll drop. But then this wall will go all the way along to the edge of the pond and then across. Now, this is what I'm in two minds about. Should I bring it out to the edge of the hole there and then run it along and then bring it back down so I can have me, what do they call it, easy pods, so I can have me easy pods there, me filter room there where that bit of wall is. It's a bit of a solid area, so I can build on that. Or do I just have it coming to the edge of the pond and then going along and have those open so you can see the easy pods? This is the bit that I'm debating about again. You know, I don't know, I mean, but if the kids can see them, they're going to want to play with them, aren't they? And I don't really want them playing with them. And it's got an electric pump as well. It's got 2 electric pumps and 2 electric air pumps. So I'm going to cover it. I think I'll cover it up. I don't want anything going wrong. See, what I was toying with the other night as well is that little area there. And I know it means more pipe work because I've got to come from the pond there and I've got to go all the way round and all the way back and then underneath the flagstone that you can see someone's already broke there to where the easy pods are, which are there, by the way. And then I could build the filter house there, but it's a lot of pipe work and it's a lot more digging and I don't want to do any more digging. Anyways, that's my update for the minute. I'll turn around so you can see my pretty face in the sunshine. But if you guys have got any questions or any hints or tips or advice, I would be very, very grateful for them. Please do share them in the comments below. And please remember that I'm keeping your standard fish that you would find in lakes in the UK. So like common carp, mirror carp, ghost carp. That gate creaking again. But they're the type of fish I'm going to keep. Bream, roach, rudd, if I can get any. And the other thing as well is what I'm going to do is in the back here, this is the pond. I'm thinking of putting a shelf in there. I've got 2 very big flagstones, and if I can get a couple of bricks in there, I'll sit them up at least 3 bricks high, and then I'll drop the flagstone in, and then that can be a little shelf. Then I can put some water lilies in there and the fish can go in there, because this is the corner that gets the most sunshine over there. This is the most sunshine area, gets the most sunshine. But yes, anyways, it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've last uploaded a video to my YouTube channel. I'll also upload a clip to this to my TikTok as well. And it's just good to be doing something again, you know, getting out and getting stuck into a project, because my last project was the workshop, and that was for my mental health. And I know I may sit there and think this is for me. I can come out here and relax and chill in the garden, but it's not for me. This time, it's not for me. It's for the wife and kids, and it's for me to enjoy the memories of sitting on the porch swing and watching my little girl feed the fish, watching my little boy splash in the water when he's not supposed to, and splashing daddy and mummy, because he will do it. He will do it. And for me, it's about sitting down and watching their memories being made for my wife to remember, and myself. I'm going to remember them for forever, but it's just about my wife and kids. This isn't about me. And I think that's what the workshop was. The workshop was about me. I went through terrible things while that workshop was up and running, and it helped me so much with my mental health. You know, I used to disappear in there and just enjoy a cup of tea and just some silence and some peace. And then I also enjoyed, you know, getting stuck in and building something, turning a pen or making a box for my brother's tool down in Gloucester. I hope you've still got that, by the way. But it's been a great day today. That framing is heavier than I thought, but it's up, and the next task is getting it back down once the weed membrane's down. But from me to you, thank you very much for watching. Any questions, any hints, tips or advice, please leave in the comments below, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye for now.